Welcome, guys, to another PingSabi podcast. I got Wasabi with me, as always.
Hi.
Thank you guys for commenting on the previous video. It was really cool to see you guys interact with us and give us suggestions. Don't forget to put those comments below, suggesting what we can do next on our next podcast. Anything that you guys would like us to talk about, leave those comments and we'll make sure to address them.
You name it, we'll talk about it. You could even say beauty supplies, but it won't be a long podcast. I can tell you that much. But we'll do it.
So today we're gonna be talking about we're gonna be rating games from 2000 to 2010, pretty much first-person shooters. And this was a comment actually suggested by Robert Sawyer, Mr. Bob Sawyer from our stream. So he actually suggested Mr. Bob. He actually suggested it, and I think it's a great topic for us to talk about because there's so many games that are actually forgotten, and we can always talk about games that haven't really been made again. They're kind of like it was just a game that was just made and forgotten about. I think, and it's good for us to talk about. So Wasabi made a list, I think, and I have my list. So first person shooters, I guess we can rank them, or I guess it's he also said like best war simulation.
We'll mix it up.
But we'll mix it up. I guess we all know which one is the best war simulation game out there. But I mean, it's everybody's opinion, obviously.
Come on, Pink, say it. You're dying to say it.
Battlefield.
Oh my god, yes. If you want to go to war, that's I guess the best you're gonna be able to get, in my opinion, as well too. You have every little piece, and I don't know. It's just you have so much options.
Exactly.
Tanks, planes, helicopters, guns, land, sea. I think there's even space in some of them.
I don't know if they have made a space one, but I think as far as like the ground war kind of thing, and also like the air, simulation kind of thing, even like it is so good that even playing the game, it's obviously first person, but like when you get in a jet and you see the inside of the jet, or not the inside but the actual screen where you actually shoot people, it's actually really cool to see. So they've always made a great games from the beginning.
That's like a Forza of like Battlefield, because for real, of like war. Because the thing is that the first time I played it, I'm like, oh, nice, a plane, let's go get in it. Get in it. I couldn't get that thing off the ground. That thing blew up. Yeah, you have to really fly it. You have to really fly it.
Yeah, and
I was playing a computer too, so it was really difficult.
Yeah.
I'm there like.
I remember I was never good at jets. That was one of the things that I was never good at. It was like I can't even fly it yet. How do you want me to shoot some other plane out of the sky at the same time while I'm trying to learn how to fly? It's difficult enough to keep it center, I guess, or steady, and even like making all those twists and turns. Like, how do you keep track of where the other person is? It's not easy. For those of you who haven't played Battlefield, it's not quite easy. But
they could get it to fly, but not to do anything else. Like that's it. I'll get to the destination, jump off, and call it a day.
There was some pretty good pilots though. Like there was one time, I think one of the games, I forget which one it is, that you could go and get in the plane with somebody else, and somebody else was flying and I was the gunner, and that person was amazing at flying. That person was just chasing people left and right. I was like, how is this guy doing that? I'm just like holding the gun, like trying to like hold for my just like I'll just press a button and shoot, but this guy was like doing twists and turns, and there's some really good people out there that can fly. But that probably one of those people that play the flying simulator from Microsoft. That
I
they
wouldn't doubt
have like, 500
it.
hours.
It almost is.
Yeah.
Definitely almost is.
So what do you got on your list for
For well, we
first
already
person shooter
established
games?
like the war, but for my list on first person, I have to say it. I said it before. Well, I don't know if I said it before, but if I did it, I said it now. GoldenEye. That's it. GoldenEye is the all-time it. I've played so much of that game that, my God, I'll just have it in my pocket kind of thing. You have a N64? Here you go. Hold on. Here.
That's right, you have to blow it.
And then you read the back of the cartridge now that you're an adult, and it says don't blow in the cartridge.
But that's what made it work.
That's what made it work. I don't know. But GoldenEye, play so much of it. Both the campaign and with multiplayer, all type of multiplayer, paintball mode, non-paintball mode, golden gun, mines. Oh my God, the proximity mines. Those were so hilarious. Um, and then even though it wasn't as good, I did play the next one, which was The World's Not Enough. It had a good story and all that. It ran literally just like the movie, but it wasn't as good as GoldenEye in the multiplayer realm, even though it had some other things, in my opinion. But GoldenEye was it for first person, my top first person. What about yours?
Mine, mine obviously had to be Call of Duty. Call of Duty. I mean, come on. I'm a Call of Duty player. I have to. I have to. It has to be like number one on my list. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've been playing. I said it before. I've been playing Call of Duty for the longest, since PS2. So it's always been there. Um, and no matter what game I play, I always seem to go back to Call of Duty no matter what. Um, so it, sometimes I think that it may be boring at times, or something like that, but I just find new ways to get entertained by it, just because there's so every match that you play is different because of other people that you play with, because everybody plays different ways. But yeah.
Yeah,
What
well, if you're
else?
gonna say that, then I got Gears of War.
You got Gears of War. Of course, you're an Xbox guy.
So there's Gears One came out. What was it? 2006, 2005, something like that. So ever since, every couple years, there's another one, and we're up to five already, and upcoming six. Who knows when? Usually it takes another couple years. So I love the story. They keep changing around the type of multiplayer with Horde and different multiplayer, like actual multiplayer team deathmatch modes, and kept it entertained. There was even one of them, which wasn't a really good one and very popular one, but their multiplayer uh, option was really good, which was you could play as the monsters. So you had a team deathmatch, 5v5.
Mm-hmm.
Five will be the gears, and the other five will be the monsters. But you can't just use the best monster and just go kill everybody. You have to accumulate points and buy the next tier of monsters or whatever.
That's interesting.
So you start with a little like tick kind of looking like thing. You have to try to scratch some fortifications to get points or be able to try to kill somebody like that. And then you go get a regular like grenader or like player, I guess you could go ahead and say, and then you could go into the mage type of guy or the berserker or the monsters. You could go ahead and try to reach them to you gotta get through the the actual other team's fortifications and get them.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Gears is always going to be one of my favorite games. I love their campaign. Their multiplayer sometimes is in and out, but it'll be my Call of Duty to you.
Of course. I have another one. Far Cry is another one that is good.
I never played that.
Far Cry. It's not strictly just a first person shooter. Like it is obviously, but there's a lot more to it. The campaign is always good. It always gives you like that action kind of thing that you need in games. There's also the grinding, I guess, the grinding that you need to level up and stuff like that. But also, you know, you can hunt, you can do so many things apart from just shooting people. You can drive. It's like the GTA, I guess, of you know, having that side of things. Um,
So
and
many people told me about that, like Far Cry, and they tried real hard to get me into it, and I just never paid attention to it.
once you, I guess, once you get in it, it's really hard to stop. You need to finish the game. And that's what happened to me with the latest was Far Cry 5. Once you got into the story, it was very it was very difficult to not finish the game and not, you know, explore more about the game. And they always make it interesting because I guess with 5 they make it into there was this cult going on, right?
Mm.
There was this like super religious guy that had a cult going, and you had to stop this guy, and it was like, this is like a really messed up the things that this guy would do, you know. But you couldn't hate the guy, you couldn't like hate him because he was so he was such a likable villain that you wanted to, you know more about him and know more about the game every single, you know, mission. And it was interesting, and hopefully, you know, they keep making games like that. So
Yeah, if you want to go story based, then there's Resident Evil. I played a lot of Resident Evil Nemesis. Uh, it was scary as shit, especially back then, since I was a kid. So you'll pop a corner, you'll hear a bah, and then there'll be nothing, and then you'll be okay, and they'll do it again, and you'll be okay. I'm getting scared for no reason, and I don't know. Wah! You'll go shit yourself. You have to go clean yourself real quick, pause the game, and then keep on going. But it was fun, super fun, and they kept it going. It was really good. I didn't really follow it that all the way, but I like it. And obviously Tomb Raider, you know, Tomb Raider did a
Tomb
really
Raider.
good story. So both back then and now, the remakes of it with the
Not
new
bad.
Laura Croft was really good. Actually, I played them. I played it on Steam on the PC, and they were awesome.
Yeah, they're not bad. They actually they were actually pretty good. I think I talked about this on the previous podcast. Like Lara Croft was one of my first like PlayStation 1 games. Uh so it's always been awesome to play them. Um especially like, you know, when they make especially when they make a movie out of a video game. It's always good to know that it's not that bad, cuz usually they're just crap.
Yeah,
You know, but the movies are actually pretty good.
yeah. Not only that, but they actually brought a lot of new components basically into the gaming. Like you gotta survive. You know, you gotta go ahead and get wood so you could get more arrows. If you don't have a gun,
Yeah.
you had to craft stuff. You know, you had to improvise. You know, go climbing, and but before you go climbing, you had to make the little climbing tool. And they made it kind of like with a God of War kind of thing that if you miss, you gotta like press X or Y real quick to go ahead and be able to mount back on. If
Yeah.
not, over. They made it interesting. They made it interesting. It was cool.
Yeah. Another one for me was, or yeah, I guess was Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor was another game that was a great first person shooter. Even though I didn't play it as much as I did with Call of Duty, but it was one of those games that when I needed a break, I could just go and like shoot people, you know. And the hit box was very different. I mean, it's obviously a different game from Call of Duty, but it never really offered me what Call of Duty offered. And I guess is probably one of the reasons why it hasn't been as popular anymore. Why they haven't really made any more games, because they obviously can't compete with Call of Duty. Because it was a very dissimilar game. Um, so, but yeah, it's on my list. That's gonna be on my
I never
list.
played that, but I feel the same with something similar. Army of Two. It was amazing when it came out. Part two was amazing too. Part three, yeah. But It I would like to see it come back and see what they can bring to the table. But I did play a lot of that. That was really, it had a cool aspect, kind of the regular duel, try to get some aggro here and get the mission completed, uh, with the story in between as well too, and then you go upgrade your guns, so you had to go ahead and you want to do extra missions and stuff, so you could get more attachments and stuff. So I would like to see that come back. That was a different type of shooting experience, and I liked it. I played a lot of it that too.
Imagine if they bring it back with like how God of War is now, with how good it is, with like the interaction um between the monsters and the weapons and the actual character. Imagine like having a co-op game that can do that, that can do what God of War is doing right now. I'd say it would actually be a really good game.
They have room to expand if they really think about it, because they were one of the only games that when you're down, you could literally grab the person and drag them, and they could continue shooting, giving you backup fire while
Yep, I
you're
remember that.
dragging them somewhere. And actually, it was a whole mission like that where you had to drag the guy all the way across, I don't know, a whole dirt road or whatever, and they were shooting. Don't quote me on what it was. It was a long time ago, but they had to go shoot behind you, because if not, they kill you or you kill the person dragging you, and then you gotta get them on top of the truck, and then you're going GTA.
Yeah,
One guy driving, the other one's on the turret, down until you get to a place and you could heat them up or whatever the case.
yeah.
That was
Armenia
pretty
2
cool.
was a really good game. I really wish they would make, more games like that. But I don't think they're gonna rest that franchise again. There's so many franchises that they're just done basically. And a lot of the companies that make it, the manufacturers or the publishers or whatever, they just don't make games like that anymore. It's actually pretty sad to think about. A game that was so good, and they could actually make a comeback, and they're just not going to.
I hate to say this, but even if they don't bring it back, somebody could get that concept and bring it into something new. Like one of the new game developers, instead of going with the crowd, oh, let me make another Call of Duty, but with this, or let me make another this or whatever. Bring that. Hey, look, I want to reborn this.
That would actually be really cool. So that would actually bring us to the topic of upcoming games. And
Which lead, because I haven't done a lot of research on upcoming games. I usually am the type of person that I cross the bridge when I'm there. So when it's out, I take a look at it, and then people are playing it. I'm like, okay, because then I go look up a game, and it's like, oh, it looks really cool, da, da. And it comes out, and nobody's playing it, and I'm like, okay, so I have to get my own friends, or I have to go ahead and figure this out myself, or whatever, and I'm all hyped up and whatever. And I like to play with people, so I don't literally look up unless it's something that I'm gonna play regardless, like Gears or whatever the case is. But I really don't follow up on all of that. But I did look up, and it looks really cool. And Ping was talking about it. I'm more she could give you a lot of details on it too. Cyberpunk looks really cool. I'll let you take over since you're the expert and on that one.
Cyberpunk is gonna be great because I've been actually following it since last year. There was this YouTube channel that was actually able to play it, like do an early gameplay of it, and oh my god, it just looks so good. Like the interaction between the characters and what you can do, um, it's it's just something that you haven't seen any game bring it, to the table yet. So it's gonna be one of those games that are gonna be the first of its kind, basically, and then other games are gonna follow up on that. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I actually just saw that because they delayed it for a few months, I think, but I think it's really coming out this November. So this year is gonna be the year for Cyberpunk. I'm pretty sure it's gonna take over once it does. So that's definitely on my list. I have a couple more, and those are obviously Far Cry 6. And it's gonna be one that I'll play, and they're actually bringing actors into the game. So it's I forgot who the actor is, but pretty much what Call of Duty did with Advanced Warfare, that they brought Kevin Spacey. He was actually the bad guy of it. Um, they're pretty much doing the same thing now with actors, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Another one that I'm looking forward to is Elder Scrolls 6,
What you're
because
trying to get into.
I really hope you can get into it, because it's gonna be one of those games that we need to like grind a lot, and I love like grindy games. That type of game. Um, those
The
games are.
only game I really kind of grinded like that uh was back then with Dragon Age, and I heard there's another one coming. I think it's part four. I don't know if it's gonna be as good,
I think
but
I played
like
Dragon Age,
the
but not as
first
much.
one and I played a little bit of the second one. Those were really cool. Uh, and you have to do a lot of grinding. Uh, but I don't know. I gotta look more into that. You should too. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah, but Elder Scrolls is gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool because I've always been like an Elder Scrolls fan, and just the graphics and how, and I really hope it's gonna be cross-platform. So if I do get the PS5, you can get it on PC, and we can play it, or you can get it on Xbox, and then we can just play like that.
Wait. Why do I gotta get it on PC? What's the first? Why is that the first thing you say? Like you don't
Because
even get PC. No, if I get it in PC, you're getting it in PC.
you always want to play games on PC.
So, yeah, but you don't.
Because my computer can't run that. I don't think my computer can
My,
run Elder Scrolls 6.
we'll upgrade. Don't worry.
We'll
We'll get
upgrade
you
together. We'll play. Okay. We'll upgrade because of that one game.
You're upgrading anyways.
Hopefully. But yeah, that's gonna be one that I'm gonna be looking forward to. Um, and I played the hell out of Skyrim when it came out. I mean, more than like 300 hours, and it's always been one that is so fun to play. And even if you like max out a character, you can always make another one and do the same thing, because you're always gonna do something different with the next character. And you're always gonna find like easier ways to go through something, the second time around. So I'm looking forward to that. And then my last one is Assassin's Creed um, Valhalla, because that's gonna be the Vikings, I guess, franchise. And I don't know. I really hope that Ubisoft is doing. Um, it's not doing like Assassin's Creed games every year, and I don't think they have been doing that, because they went into a trend of doing games every year, and it was really hurting the franchise. But I think this time they're gonna do it every 2 years or so. I really hope, because it's gonna be great. And even though it's gonna be pretty much the same thing, it's always gonna be different, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the upcoming games that I'm looking forward to. There's gonna be a lot more this year, especially with the PS5 coming out on the new Xbox.
A lot more too. We need a lot more because there's been a couple of games that's just been taken over and that's it.
Yeah, I mean Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Look everywhere. All the streams are streaming it, and it's like, what else?
Nintendo is quiet.
It's like,
even Nintendo has been quiet.
What else do you got? You either got Fortnite or Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's it. That's the only thing that are taking over. It's like, we need other
speaking of
stuff.
Nintendo, there's Metroid Prime. There's another one supposedly coming out. Hopefully that it skyrockets because those were cool back then, the OG ones.
For the Switch, they can bring it for the Switch.
I think it's for the Switch, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Well,
Nice.
it has to be because it's Nintendo.
Well, they can bring it for the Wii, the Wii U or whatever.
No, that's been discontinued.
Yeah.
What? Like they're not making it. Not that it's been discontinued. You can still play online and all that, but they're not making any more games for that.
It's all about the Switch now.
Yeah, it's Switch or nothing. But they don't bring any old school, like platform Mario games or anything like that. They kept,
I have a
Like,
question. Like, you're also like a Nintendo person. Like, whatever happened to the Mario games? Like, why are the Mario games so
that's
freaking
what I'm
hard?
saying.
Why are they so hard? Like, now you get
What is
like
so
this.
hard?
They're hard now. Like, it used to be easy. Like, you just jump over a little um uh pipe or whatever, and that's it. You
No,
get the thing. Now it's like you fly over this thing, and then you get the star,
no,
and then you get the thing, and then you gotta get. It's like they're not
no.
easy anymore.
No, back then when you were a kid, it was super hard to play Mario. The regular platform that you go over, you one wrong step and you don't make the jump, or
Yeah,
you
but it
take
was
one step to
simple.
leave and you get hit by it.
It was
It was
simple.
simple, yeah, but that's all they had, you know. So if they keep the same simple concept, once you get down the timing, that's it. You're gonna be bored in 10 minutes.
That's why people do the Mario runs.
Yeah,
There's so
so
many people
they
doing that.
did really great actually. First they brought in, you know, four people playing the same screen. That's madness. Because it wasn't like back then where you have one guy and then if you keep on going, you just keep on going past him. No, if you're running but now you're gonna hit this guy and like get out of my way. You know, if you jump and he jumps, it's gonna push you down kind of stuff. Like it's crazy. I played with four people in there and it's ridiculous. Like there's it's harder to get to the finish on the easiest level with four people than with just one.
Do you remember? Do you remember? You remember that game from PlayStation? I don't know. Probably you never played it, but A Little Big Planet.
I
You
didn't play
never.
it, but I remember it.
It was kind of like that. Like you could play with four people, and like literally you could get screwed by the other people.
Then they
Uh,
brought the 3D into it, which I thought was gonna be a piece of shit. But actually, when you
but
play it, it's like wow, like it was pretty good. Like it's literally 3D. Like you could start running up the wall this side and then have to go like this and go over here, and it's really hard because
nice.
you have to kind of like get the camera angle to help you out too.
That's
So
crazy.
if you do a leap, you're gonna leap to who knows where. So then if you leave, there was like this little leap action. You kind of do like a little fly. So you have to like know where you're actually leaping to because if you hit the fly, you're just gonna go off the map and then you just fall straight down.
That's funny.
It's funny.
Something
They need to bring
else.
something new, man. They need to bring something new
Yeah,
that they haven't brought any other Mario ones.
yeah. I think another thing that is gonna take over this coming year is gonna be VR. VR, they're gonna be. It's gonna be even bigger this year, especially with the PS5 and all that. I don't think Xbox has anything VR, has it? Or they haven't really announced anything.
No, I don't. I think VR has been its own like category.
But with the
Like
Oculus but that's not really Xbox. Yeah. But
yeah,
I think it's gonna be great with PS5 because it's gonna be like the current VR system that Sony has is gonna be compatible with the PS5 that's coming out. So
yeah. I hope it doesn't happen to what happened with Xbox and the Connects,
oh yeah, that
where
it stopped working after the next
not only did
version.
it stop working, but it lost hype and they really stopped supporting it, and it didn't do what it wanted to do, where it didn't blow up.
It
So
I don't think it blew up because they didn't really make enough fun content for it.
okay, but the same thing could happen with PlayStation.
Yeah, but you got so
Or
many things, so
you gotta dish so much money into it, also that
I
you
mean,
gotta be doing good on everything else to make sure you do. You know,
listen,
there's a lot to it. There's a
listen.
lot to it.
Is if Skyrim can make a VR, like Elder Scrolls and all the Bethesda is like making Skyrim for everything. I mean, for a
There's
blender,
no way you get a Skyrim uh, like graphic in there, especially when
it
I've seen
is.
the
It's
VR
made.
videos.
It's made for
You get a
VR.
gun, you get a gun, and you get a clip, and you put the clip next to it, and you get a hammer, and you hammer the clip into the gun. You haven't seen that?
No.
It's just hilarious. So there's a lot more work in VR before it could blow up like that. So,
No,
sit tight.
but they do have it for Skyrim. Skyrim, it's actually a thing for VR. Um, and they have like I think the funnest thing for VR is the little indie games that people don't even know about, like the Job
Oh yeah,
Simulator or like even a Surgeon Simulator for freaking VR. Like, I think that's hilarious. Like, imagine like doing a heart transplant while VR, because it's hilarious enough to do it on PC. Imagine doing it on VR.
I think VR should be its own class. I don't care if it's Sony or Microsoft or this third party, whoever comes up. It needs to be its own class. So they need to design a console that's made for that.
oh,
You get what I mean? Like it needs to be its own class. Like don't bring an Xbox One and then have the option for VR like it had with the Kinects, because it's not designed for that. So you're gonna see flaws. I think you should make like your own little thing, like Xbox presents or Sony presents, blah blah blah, whatever. And
yeah.
this is just the VR console. It's gonna be tailored for that. You can play a couple games here and there for it, but it's tailored to VR.
There's an idea.
That's my bad.
There's an idea. And then we can like sign in, with your Microsoft account or your PlayStation account, and then you can have your friends, come in with you and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty
rather
cool.
than just you're stuck. Okay, you have to come over, and then also think about it. The consoles are designed for what they're bringing out. VR is gonna take a different type of components and everything to be able to run it. So you gotta really tailor to it.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, that is pretty much my list for upcoming games. Um,
I don't think I got anything left.
do you got anything?
The the well, Nintendo's making a Paper Mario, but if it's as good as the OG one, that's that was really fun. I put a lot of hours in that.
Yeah.
I know it's paper. I know it's paper, and I know it's Paper Mario, but it was actually pretty. If you actually look into it, or you actually did play it back then, that was actually pretty cool.
I don't think I ever did.
It was really cool. I when I first saw that, I was a big Mario then. I kind of still am, but I'm like Paper Mario. Like, no, like, what's wrong with you people? Like who who messed up? Who drank too much? And then I played it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool because it was kind of like you have a platform and you go, but it's like an open world too. So if there's a creature or anything, you go into like the battle map, and then you have your hammer, but you have your things you could use. It's not like spells, but it's like that you pick what attack you want to do. You want to do a jump attack. You want to do a hammer attack. But out of hammers, you could use or whatever other hammers that you collected or you upgraded. So then it will go up. I'll run up to him and go because it was paper. It was hilarious. But I'll do whatever. And some of them you had to like before I'll go up to them and they'll go like, and you gotta charge it. And if you don't charge it right, you do a complete miss.
Oh wow.
So you gotta like play. It was cool. It was really cool.
That's
so
cool.
if they bring that back, no, I think it's gonna be good.
You gotta get yourself a Switch then.
Eventually I do. I'm waiting. I usually wait because, as you see, Nintendo is usually very late on everything. So I usually wait until like there's like 3 or 4 games that they came out. Because usually they just bring one amazing game, and then you get the console for that amazing game, and you play that amazing game for X amount of time. Now you're bored, and you're just sitting there waiting with just a Wii U sitting on the floor. I don't have it powered on in like who knows how long.
Forever. But yeah, no, it's same thing happened to that thing over there. I got it.
There.
The Switch right there.
Oh.
I got it, and basically it was literally for Skyrim and like a couple of Mario games, and I haven't really played it again. I thought about getting Animal Crossing, but I was like, oh, do I really want to get into that? Especially with all the games that I haven't even played. But no, I didn't.
According to a lot of people,
I didn't fall for it.
That game blew up. Like they weren't expecting the blow up that that thing had.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah, it was the quarantine game, or it still is the quarantine game. I don't know about if it is as much anymore, but yeah, it was the quarantine game for the whole COVID thing. So but yeah, guys, that's basically our list for our ranked games and upcoming games. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you guys have any more suggestions that you can give us, don't forget to leave them in the comments, and we can address them in the next one. But But
Don't
yeah,
forget to subscribe as well. Hit a like. We would greatly appreciate that. And go take a look at Ping and some more amigos. I always jump in Rainer Parade and Ping Gaming. So go look at that up. She always streams on
Facebook Gaming.
Facebook. Amazing, and we have a lot of fun.
Yep, we're getting close to 1900 followers, so don't forget to stop by, say something in the chat, even if it's how's your day or whatever. Just let me know in the chat, and then if you really enjoy the stream, go ahead and hit that follow. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next podcast. It's Ping and Wasabi saying bye bye.
See you later.